So another common objective that one might try to achieve through a crop tree release is sort of promoting a pretty forest or something that's aesthetically pleasing. That's of course in the eye of the beholder, and an aesthetic or pretty forest could take all sorts of different forms. However, what most people tend to agree on is that they like fall leaf color change. One example of a way that you could promote beauty or something that's aesthetically pleasing in your forest is promoting trees that tend to have a more dramatic color change in the fall. And perhaps one of the most prototypical species that does that is our sugar maple, which you can see here. Sugar maple would respond well to a crop tree release. They're not terribly common high up at higher elevations or on drier sites, but as you can tell here, we're at a bit of a slope, and we're kind of nearing the bottom of this slope, and things are tending to get wetter as we go down slope. And actually, we have kind of a cove right here, or a small little group of sugar maples behind me. So in this small little patch here, there are a number of trees that are more likely to win out and less likely to win out. And they're already sort of demonstrating or displaying themselves currently. Those stems that are already sort of large, I'm standing next to a couple here, another sugar maple in the background there, all of which would be ideal crop trees. We could remove competitors around these trees, assuring that these trees themselves will survive long term, and we get that leaf color change to reside in our forest long term. So again, I'm standing next to a sugar maple here, which tends to put on a good foliar display come the fall. Generally really vibrant yellow leaf color change in the fall that a lot of people tend to enjoy. When managing for aesthetics, it's really up to you what it is that you think is makes for a prettier forest. But in this case, this sugar maple not only has a bright foliar display, but it's also in a high traffic area. We're right alongside one of our roads here. It's a tree that we would see often. So if you have trails running through your woodlot, a vista straight out your back door, focusing your efforts to promote aesthetic value in areas, obviously, where you're going to see them makes most sense. So your objectives may change depending on where you are within your given acreage. If in your woodlot there's an area that's of higher visibility, focusing on your aesthetic goals there and maybe trying to accomplish wildlife or timber-centric goals elsewhere in your acreage may make sense.